Welcome to the commentary world. Today we're going to reminisce about one of the greatest matches ever played between India and Pakistan. The match was played in 2003 at the Centurion Cricket Ground in South Africa. We're going to talk about that match in detail, but before that we want to talk about various facets that make India versus Pakistan contest very engaging, engrossing, and always generating the moments that we always remember. Amir Shoail, Venkatesh Prasad moment, Tendulkar hitting sixes against Shoaib Akhtar. And these moments change the way we perceive the game, and that's why India versus Pakistan contest is always highlighted across the globe. People tune in large numbers on television screens, on radio, listen to the radio broadcast from India and Pakistan, because that is something that's different from what happens in the other sporting arena, especially in the cricketing atmosphere. I think India versus Pakistan match is always cherished. We'll talk in detail about what happened in that famous match in 2003. But before that, let's talk about the importance of having this India versus Pakistan contest, as I have been trying to highlight here. But venue is going to play a crucial role, because where the match is going to be played, that will determine the pitch conditions and also the boundary dynamics, because the match will be played at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium under lights, and dew will play a significant part in that particular game. That's why toss will become a vital figure. But before that, I just want to highlight one particular thing, because Pakistan has played a lot of matches there as a test nation, because since 2009 to 2016-17, Dubai was one of their home grounds, so they have a lot of experience of playing international matches there. But Indian players recently played in IPL, and so they also hold some kind of advantage. So few features going in favor of both sides, and let's head into the discussion where it's going to go.
What could be the role of the toss?
Well, toss will play a significant role at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, because as we have already seen in the IPL, there is going to be a lot of dew, and dew makes a big difference in the outcome of the match eventually. So it's going to affect the team defending. And that's why the captain who wins the toss will go for the fielding option, and as we saw in the IPL, a lot of the matches won by the teams chasing, and that's why toss is going to play a crucial role. The team that wins the toss will have 70% advantage of winning the game, but before that you need to execute the skills well. There will be pressure, there will be performers, and there will be non-performers. There will be recognized players who perform throughout the year, but they will fail. There will be players who do not perform normally, will become heroes, and that has been the story over the years. Barring few performances from Tendulkar or Shahid Anwar, rest of the batsmen or bowlers struggled to live up to their reputation in the big clash versus Pakistan.
Who are the key batters for both India and Pakistan?
I think from Pakistan perspective, Rizwan is going to be the key man, and Fakhar Zaman and Rizwan, who normally play well against India, and also they got Babar Azam, one of the best batsmen across formats. But his strike rate has been the issue. Like Virat Kohli, he also struggles to generate tempo. He likes to take a bit of time into his innings. He is more of a grafter who likes to play till the end, holding the one end rather than stroking the ball big time. And Babar Azam and Rizwan from Pakistan, I think, and with Fakhar Zaman, who has always been a match winner against India from Pakistan's perspective.
Tell us also about the key bowlers for both sides.
Both sides talk about India first, then Jasprit Bumrah. He has always been key bowler, whether it's India versus Pakistan or India versus Sri Lanka or India versus Australia. And also in the spin department, Ravindra Jadeja, with his fieldsmanship, and I think his ability to bowl accurately will come handy. So Ravindra Jadeja and Jasprit Bumrah, to me, are the two main bowlers who will be taken into account. And Shami, with one spell, he can change the course of the action. He takes wickets early, he bowls well in the death over. So these are the three bowlers where everyone will keep their eyes on. But if I have to pick one bowler, it has to be Ravindra Jadeja.
What is India's strength?
I think India's strength is their batting and their fast bowling. The fast bowlers have been bowling really well. All the bowlers who participated in IPL, they are living up to the reputation. They're bowling well in death overs, as we saw in the warm-up matches. They're bowling well with the new bowlers, so the fast bowlers will be the key figure. And talking about the batsmanship, I think Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, all the batters are getting runs. Only the worry for Indians is the form of Rishabh Pant.
And tell us more about the weaknesses of Indian cricket team.
at the moment, the weak part about India is not having quality all-rounders. Hardik Pandya is a good all-rounder, but he's not getting runs, he's not bowling. Ravindra Jadeja has been very good in all three departments, bowling, batting and fielding. He is key, but if you talk about comparatively against Pakistan or any other country, I think all-rounders is the weak point for India, and so is the spin department. It's very thin, it's not rich. They do not have many, mystery spinners, barring Varun Chakravarti, who could play a big role if he gets the opportunity to play.
What about Pakistan's strengths and weakness?
Pakistan relies heavily on fast bowling. Their fast bowling has always been superlative. Spin is also their weakness, and inconsistency with the bat in hand. Most of the top order batsmen, if Rizwan and Babar Azam don't get runs, then they are fragile to collapse, and they do not react to the pressure situations well. Under pressure, they always collapse, and that's a huge factor. If they do not get early wickets with the ball in the first 2 to 3 overs, they will be under severe pressure, and same applies in the batting department. If India put a competitive total of 170 on that excellent surface in Dubai, I think it's going to be difficult. If they lose 2 or 3 wickets early, they cannot recover from that situation. So their inability to handle pressure and having inconsistency with the bat at the top of the order and spin as always hasn't been good for Pakistan in recent years.
According to you, who is going to face more pressure?
Talking about the pressure, I think a lot of pressure of expectation from the Indians, but they know that they've been playing good cricket, good quality cricket, so they will be very well handled. When it comes to handling the pressure situation, they will be exposed to certain tough moments, but the amount of confidence that they are going in this tournament with after registering 2 back-to-back victories against England, the convincing win against England, chasing 189, and then demolishing the Australians, I think they will be mighty confident getting into these big matches, because they have the temperament, all the things, unless there is some outstanding bowling display from Pakistan, they stand no chance to win against India.
Now tell us about the story of the 2003 World Cup.
Well, 2003 World Cup was played after no cricket between India and Pakistan, bilateral series after that Kargil war in 1999, barring that World Cup match which India won in England. It was different kind of pressure, because people started talking about India versus Pakistan 4 years before the beginning of the World Cup. After the completion of that 1999 Cricket World Cup, they started talking about India versus Pakistan contest in Centurion Park in South Africa, and there was talk that India is favourite to win. It happened on the day of Mahashivratri in the month of March, and for the first time I think I observed fasting, because I wanted to see India flourish, and it was great to see great Tendulkar coming into the fore and playing some amazing cricket shots, especially that 6 over the top of the backward point region against Shoaib Akhtar. This will be remembered in the history of the game, a classic Tendulkar versus Shoaib Akhtar encounter, because before the start of the tournament, Shoaib Akhtar made a comment that he wants to destroy the top order of the Indian batters with his fiery bowling, and Wasim Akram also made a comment just before the beginning of that match that he wanted to take 500th ODI wicket, and that's 2 of Sachin Tendulkar, and that's 2 bowled of the very first delivery of the match. So that was his dream, and eventually what happened that there was some confusion about who is going to open the batting, who is going to take a strike for India. So Pakistan came in the match high on confidence. They had excellent bowling unit in Shoaib Akhtar, Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram, Azhar Mahmood, and they had Abdul Razzaq and Shakil Mustaq. 6 outstanding bowlers in any era. The surface was good for bowling, sporting surface. Pakistan batting first, managing 272. With a fantastic century from Saeed Anwar. In reply, India needed a good start. They did not want to lose early wicket in the first 6 to 7 overs or so. They went in the game with the plan of not losing wicket. They were not thinking about dominating, but the moment they entered the ground, Tendulkar took his strike after that consultation with Virender Sehwag, saying that he has seen Wasim Akram swinging the ball in and swinging it out, and it's going to be difficult for him to face him. Then Tendulkar decided to take a strike, and when he spanked one, through the offside, off the back foot, a stroke from Tendulkar off Wasim Akram, it set the tone, and then that 6 and few flick shot through the onside set the tone for India, and India was always on the march to win that one. It was a scintillating batsmanship from Tendulkar, 98 runs of 75 deliveries, and that won the game for India. The match finished according to Waqar Younis, then the captain of Pakistan, inside the first 5 overs when Tendulkar took charge and hammered Shoaib Akhtar for 19 runs in a single over, and then they dominated Wasim Akram, Waqar Younis, and all the bowlers to follow with great impunity. It was a fantastic display of batsmanship, and Virender Sehwag describes that innings in ODI cricket by Tendulkar as the divine innings ever played by any batsman. You want to see that highlight again and again. If you haven't seen it, go on the YouTube and see that highlight. 98 of 75, probably the best innings ever played by any batsman in the history of the game.
What's your prediction of the match?
You're thinking about Pakistan win? It's not going to happen. India is firm favorite to win on all accounts. Toss will play a little bit of part. If Pakistan win the toss and they bowl first, they get early wickets, then they stand little chance, only 3 or 4% chance. Otherwise, India all the way. And I think India is favorite to not only win that match against Pakistan, but favorite to lift the ICC T20 World Cup. And this could be the first trophy under Virat Kohli before he is relieved from the captaincy in limited overs cricket, T20 in particular. So that would be a great moment, winning against Pakistan. But is there real tussle? I don't see, because India is firm favorite. They are far superior cricket side than Pakistan. But, limited overs cricket, just one brilliant innings from anyone, things can change. But still, I believe 9 out of 10, it's India.